Dun, 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 dun. Alright, so guys, welcome back to another MVP clip. Okay, so in this clip is one of the most, like I'm telling you, captain in any rank is a great honor, but is a great honor, but you know, with that honor comes a great responsibility. Like there's a lot of, like, if you're captain, you gotta bust your ass. Okay, members tend to always be the first ones online. Co-leaders tend to be a little earlier than the members online, trying to get a little practice in for the day when everybody gets online to join the party. Captains are the first one online, the last ones to leave. Okay, I take the captain rank seriously because I used to be a captain. I was a captain 5 years. I was captain 6 years of MVP. I had my 5th anniversary. I think it was last year. Captain is very important, and I don't care what age you are. I don't care if you're 13, 14. I don't care what age you are. You have to understand and be ready to be captain. Okay? The youngest captain in MVP history was the first captain, Edward. He was captain when he was like 10 years old. So, like, that shows you a great deal. And he was dropping like 35 kills. But once again, this isn't Call of Duty. This is Fortnite. So, for starters, you have to be able to build properly by thinking quick on your feet. So, in the last video, like, a co-leader has to know how to edit. He's got to know how to build fast. As a captain, you should already know how to edit. That should just come, like, regularly. Like, you don't even have to think about it. You just do it. And you got to build fast. And you got to be a great builder. You got to be able to do what these guys, these other great builders online on Fortnite do, where they build so fucking high and try to outclass you or try to get an upper hand on you. So as a captain, you got to be like a fucking guru pitka of that shit. You got to be like a god. When people look at you like, oh, you know, he's the first captain of, you know, MVFP, the Fortnite division, like, you know, he's the best. Okay, I don't even have to explain it. If a co-leader, if a member averages 2 kills, 3 kills on a good day, if a co-leader averages 3 to 4 kills, then as a captain, you got to be averaging maybe 7 kills or higher per game. Because my highest is 7 kills. I don't get that every game. Sometimes on a good day, I may get 5 kills. But if you're a captain, like on your worst day, you should be getting 5 kills per game. But on your best day, you should be getting 7 kills or higher. There's no doubt. You should be breaking through that glass ceiling of 7 kills, because I can't break through it no matter how hard I try. And I don't play Fortnite regularly enough to even try to break, you know, my highest kills. So as a captain, you just gotta normally just be good. Like fucking just on a new level. And if you're really good, don't be a dumbass and say, let's go to Tilted. Because you may survive at Tilted, but your team won't. And it's good to stay. I want the Fortnite division to be like a very team division. I want you guys to be working together, running together, drinking slurp together. You know, you're together always. Because that's going to intimidate other players. When other players online see one person, even me, if I see one person running, I'm going to kill him. If I see 2 people running, I'm going to kill them. Because they're not a full team. The team died off. So they're more cautious, they're more scared. You know, they try to be like smart scavengers and go for the little guys and not like full squads. So if you run together as a squad, people won't try to challenge you because your whole fucking team's there. So that's enough said about that. So you have to be able to always decide the best measures and tactics when landing in certain areas. So as a captain, I guess once you become captain, the first thing I want you to be able to do, matter of fact, don't even wait till you become captain. When you become co-leader, the first thing I want you to do is try to master all the map, like all the areas on Fortnite. I want you to be able to fucking, like, you know where to land, you know where, like, okay, if you're a captain or even a co-leader, you gotta know where all the treasure chests are no matter what, on all the maps. everything. I want you to know, like, now I'm talking about captain, to like, I want you to know, like, wherever you land, you're gonna get 5 kills. Even on your worst day, you're gonna get fucking 5 kills. Okay? As a captain, you should be able to play with anybody, like, you know, play with 3 members one day, play with 3 majors, you know, I don't know, maybe the same day, you know what I mean? Try to play with, you know, 1 major, 2 members, see how, you see, because, for instance, if you're the captain and you play with a major and 2 members, the 2 members are going to try to do their duties, what a member is supposed to do, okay? The co-leader is going to try to push. He doesn't want you to die, but then again, he doesn't want to lose. You see, if he loses you, then, you know, there's a great deal of responsibility put on him. And he doesn't want to make a bad name for himself if he dies out and then a team loses. Even as a captain, you're not supposed to blame nobody. Normally, it's your fault if they win, if they lose. But Fortnite, the only way you win is if you have a strong team. So you just got to make sure everybody is focused. And you're like, listen, we're going here. Like, make sure, like, you're observant. Like just watch your surroundings. Like, you got to tell them that. Because if you don't tell them that, they're going to be running and lollygagging and skipping and dancing around and not really focusing. So the strongest thing as a captain I want you to do is to make tactics and plan out the best area to go to that would allow everybody to get a shield or a treasure chest and work their way to surviving the Fortnite Battle Royale or whatever. So going on. Throughout a match, you have to make sure that your squad does call-outs by directions on the top screen, like he's Southwest 285, for instance. The reason I explain this in each rank is because it's important to do fucking call-outs. When you don't do call-outs, you're just a selfish bastard that is just trying to get kills for your fucking self and running off and then dying after you killed maybe like 3 fucking people and then blaming your team for not, you know, having your back when they didn't even know you ran off. Don't be a fucking smartass and don't be a fucking dumbass at the same fucking time. Play with your team. I've achieved 1 kill in a Fortnite game and won a Fortnite game. Sometimes it doesn't really matter about how much kills you get, just as long as you win. That should be the goal for everybody in the team. So as a captain, you got to strengthen this goal. Make sure everybody just wants to win, but you also got to make sure everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing as their rank, and that's just gonna make the team stronger, very fucking strong. You got the captain, the best of the best. You got the co-leader, the fucking workhorse. You got the member who's so fucking observant and aware of all the surroundings. He's like a fucking sniper or like a hawk, you know. He's always seeing whatever's going on. That makes the team stronger. So now we get down to a rule that a captain should never break. I think it is. As captain, you should be more observant on issues and take them serious. For instance, if a majority of the squad feels that you're creating issues that's making the squad lose, then you have to respect their complaint and change your attitude in the next game. So let's say you're a captain, all the days you've been good, but today you've been a bitch. Today you've been losing with this squad, but you don't want to give up on them because you're the captain, and you know, they look up to you. So when you quit on them, then if one day they become captain, they're gonna quit on their fucking generation, and so on and so forth. It's a fucking cycle. So the best way as a leader to just know you fucked up is just to accept you fucked up. I know, as you know, teenagers, I call you guys kids. As kids, you guys think that you know, you always have to have the last word, but the last word doesn't mean shit. If there's arguments and there's complaints and there's issues and you're trying to win, you're not going to win because you're not thinking positive, you're thinking negative, and then you don't want to save them, and you know, you don't want to do call outs anymore because you don't care. You'll get demoted. Okay, I expect a captain that can respect his wrongdoings and his right doings and be responsible for his team. So if 3 people on the team say you fucked up, then accept you fucked up. Don't argue back and just be like, okay, I just gotta, you know, make sure that I don't do this the next game. Like, give you guys shields and stop like taking away your shields and stuff like that. Or it's best we go a different fucking place, because every time we go here, you know, I get mad when I die and I blame it on you guys, and that's not right. Like, you gotta just accept that you fucked up. It's not called being a sorry ass, it's just called being a human being. Okay? You know, failure to follow this rule would force the team to tell. So, for instance, if you don't listen to them and you start making excuses and stuff like that the next game, and you don't just let it die and try to think positive, try to win, this is what's going to happen. The team is going to tell me, or the task force for Fortnite, forcing you to speak with either me, or forcing you to speak with me on the matter. So if you have done this for a whole month, then you'll be demoted as captain. So for instance, if this just happened out of the blue your first time, I'm not gonna kill you for it. If it happens 2 weeks later again, I'm not gonna kill you for it. But if it happens the whole fucking month, and you've been doing the same shit the whole month, you're gonna get demoted. Okay, it is simple as that. And either, I think a major is gonna replace you as leader. Because I need the task force to be the task force for like a great deal, like for like 2 years, and then I'll change up the task force each time. Task force is an elite fighting unit made up of the best of the best. So like they play at captain level, but you know, they just play together. No one's the leader, they just do what they're supposed to do, and I'm gonna take my time figuring out how the task force and what they're supposed to do and what they're supposed to look out for and how they're supposed to be playing. But anyways, that's that. But you will have, this is the kicker. When you get demoted as captain, you have to suggest someone to replace you. I don't care who it is, but you have to suggest, like, the one decency that you have as a captain is to respect that, you know, there's another person that's been climbing up the ranks and been doing a good job and been here. You suggest them to leave, because you'd be a failure if you're just making excuses and blaming people for a whole fucking month, causing people to think negative on a fucking game, a video game. You're a team and you're killing the team spirit. We're not gonna have that. Sorry. Moving on. When it comes to training, obviously you can't do it during a match. So the captain would be responsible of posting a clip on how he feels everyone should be playing. So every week on the MVP channel should have a clip on the captain playing with his generation, while explaining a new playing method to everyone that everyone should master. So you're not gonna be playing by yourself. You're not gonna be playing with your fucking friends that are not an MVP. You're gonna be playing with your generation. I want you to focus on your generation. Okay, you can still play with your friends, but if you're a captain, you gotta focus on the generation, and you gotta look ahead. You gotta think of the future. You gotta think of who's gonna come after you. Everything you do as captain can be repeated, whether bad or worse, and that's something I want the whole MVP to understand. If you're barely on as captain, then no one's gonna care. So when they become captain, they're gonna be barely on, or they're gonna make shortcuts. But if you're fucking here, if you're playing with everybody, if you're like Captain America and you're so nice and you give advice and you're posting videos weekly to show how good your generation is and how well you lead them, and you're just being a nice person, then the next captain is he's gonna do everything you did, but he's just gonna add, like, you know, like, I guess, like, certain skills to that. Like, he's gonna improve them. So if you played with, let's say you play with 15 people in one day, the next captain, he's gonna be playing with 20 people in one day. You know, everybody's trying to outdo each other. That's what I expect captains to be. Don't just think about your failures, you know. Try to wake up and try to focus on this division as a whole, because this division has potential to be one of the most popular divisions in the MVP tree, and that's something that, as a captain, you have to understand. Moving on. As a captain, you must play with everyone in your generation each day for a whole year. Why? Because you're a leader, and that's your responsibility. If you're going to be fucking captain, captain doesn't mean, I always have to repeat myself, captain does not mean you're better than everybody. It does not mean that everything that you do is fucking great all the goddamn time. And it doesn't mean that you're so great that you don't have to play with the members because they average 2 kills, or the co-leaders because they average maybe like 3-4 kills per game. Okay? A captain is supposed to play with his generation all the time. If his generation messages him about, you know, anything, like, yo, you know, like, I changed my controller settings to pro settings, so I build L1, R2, whatever, you know, like, do you think this is okay? You have to be able to respond to these messages and be that guy. You fucking worked so hard climbing up the ranks to what? Just sit down in a goddamn chair and do nothing? Play with your other friends online and not give a shit about the team, and then the team, that I keep saying team, the fucking generation or the division dies out because you don't give a shit? No. And for starters, I will notice these things. I will notice these slips, especially me. When I message you, you best know, like, if I message a captain and I say, for instance, how's Austin been doing? He's been new in the generation, you know, how's he been developing? Like, has he been getting a lot of kills? Has he been winning? What's going on? You gotta know. If I say, how's Coven been doing? You know, like, what's Coven been up to? Is he getting a lot of kills, or like what is he not doing what he should be doing? You should know everybody in your generation. That's the first thing. If you don't know everybody in your generation, you already fucked up talking to me. You gotta know everybody, and the only way I know you don't know everybody is if you don't play with everybody. So that's number one. Know your generation. Know everybody on your team and play with everybody on your team every day. That's what makes a generation great. That's what makes a generation stand out. That's what makes 5 years from now, and you look back at the very first generation of the Fortnite team, you see nothing but fucking organization, responsibility, fun, you know, everybody working together to make this the best that it can possibly be. I take captain very seriously because, like I said, 6 years. Now, every July 15th is a promotion day in the Fortnite division, where the previous Fortnite captain promotes individuals that made all the qualifications to become an MVFP major. So, like I said, the only way you're gonna know if people should be getting promoted and stuff is if you're watching videos on the MVP channel, seeing everybody's post weekly, like the majors posts, when the majors post clips of them playing with their squads, and just playing with them in general and seeing how they lead, you know, how they play aggressively, you know, how they build. Okay? MVP didn't become great just because of me. MVP became great because I played with everybody in MVP, I trained everybody in MVP, I faced everybody in MVP, I earned everybody's respect, and I took everybody's advice on how to resolve situations, about the future, about other ranks, and I took their opinions for granted. If you're gonna be a captain, you gotta do the responsibilities. Captain doesn't just mean you're the best, or you're a good builder, or you average 7 kills on your best day. Being captain means you do every fucking thing that I talked about in this video, including that. That's what makes you a great captain. So that's all I have to say about that for now. Tonight, you guys are gonna see. I'm gonna try to organize the shit of the MVPs. MVP. The MVP. That deserves a dance. I'm gonna make some videos on the MVFP. Is it MVF? Yeah, MVFP Special Task Force. What they're supposed to be doing. I think that in general, like the task force, they gotta check on people sometimes. But, you know, I gotta write all these things down. I can't just say it right here. Oh, shit. So just remember, you know, MVP's been going on for 8 years. So all these divisions, I know they're gonna be great one day, and people are gonna look back and say, you know, I was in that division and I helped out, and now it's become like 5 years. Fortnite's a fun game. You know, when you look aside, you know, the whole bullshit about the health and the one shots with shotguns and stuff like that, but in general, it's a good game. And I just want the team to play as a team, run as a team, work as a team. And that's the only way this shit is going to be organized and make sense. Because I will not have a captain of this Fortnite division next year who's a slacker and, you know, who can't play with people, you know, and is just not a leader. Okay, because you're nowhere. The whole generation as itself isn't gonna get anywhere if you're not doing anything. Everybody always wants to be leader, and then when I make them leader, all of a sudden I start to see people, like, you know, you go on different games, and I don't know if you're afraid to play with people or you don't appear online as much. It's like people start to see how difficult it is to be leader. That's why we have these ranks. So when you're a member and you're averaging 2 kills or just supposed to only get 2 kills, you know, at least you know you're doing something right. And then when you become co-leader, you become a major and you're averaging 3-4 kills, you already see a big gap of improvement all of a sudden in your editing skills, in your building skills, in your teamwork skills, your observant skills. Observant. Fuck. I hate playing with people that don't fucking do callouts. It's like playing this fucking game and you can't see. That's how people get shot. I have to fucking say that in everything, like fucking, like callouts, like. But all I'm trying to say is, like, if you're captain, be a captain. Don't be a slacker. I'll demote you. Because I don't got time for someone that doesn't have goals or fucking ambition for this Fortnite division. I don't have time to make a leader, and, you know, he's more focused on playing fucking solo games. And, like, okay, if you're a captain, you could post maybe a clip one day of you playing solo, including a clip of you playing with a fam. But what I mean by solo, I mean like nobody in MVP is with you and you're just posting clips. That's not a captain, that's an asshole. Sorry. But that's just how I fucking see it. Okay, MVP is not about me. I expect it, like with all these new divisions, all these new captains and leaders, I expect it to be about them. Because these are the guys that are lifting the weight on their shoulder and trying to make these divisions the best that they can do. And become, you know, as good a leader that I did for MVP. You know, as busy as I am in my life now, trying to, you know, go for my driver's license and get a new job and, you know, work security at the airport and all these things that I have planned out in my life that is going great, I still have enough time to get online and check on things and see how everybody's doing. You know, that's why I'm proud to be an MVP general. Because, you know, I'm not a captain like a workhorse. I'm sort of making sure all the divisions are organized. And the captains most definitely are doing what they're supposed to do. So, that's going to be it for, you know, how to be a captain for the Fortnite team. Remember, when it comes to these issues, and listening to your team, you got to know you fucked up and you just got to accept that. I don't want you to be like, talking trash to your fucking team. They're your team. They're like your kids. If you're a captain and you want to think a little further, they're like your kids. Are you an abusive dad, or are you a fucking, you know what I mean? Like, you know, father of the year. You know what I mean? So you gotta suck these things up. The more positive your team is, the better they play. The negative they are, the worse they play. Okay, and they might even get off after they lose maybe 3 fucking times. And one more thing I guess is important to say as captain: you're not always gonna win all the time. You can be the greatest player that the Fortnite division has ever seen, but if you don't have a good team, then you best just be playing solo. So you really gotta focus on strengthening everybody's skills and giving new ideas and better places to land and stuff like that. It'd just be cool. And that's gonna make me, a person who doesn't play Fortnite regularly, want to get on and, you know, get in one match with you and see how you fucking lead. You know, I made all the rules and everything organized. I just want to see how you do them. And, you know, that'll be a good day for me. I can just maybe get like 1 kill and be satisfied that all the members are better than me and all the fucking co-leaders are better than me and everybody's fucking better than me. That's gonna make me want to be better than every fucking buddy. Maybe in 5 years I might join the team when it hits its 5th anniversary, but that starts next year. The division starts next year. Right now we just got a team. Rage Panda is the 3rd leader of the Fortnite team right now. Skid's the second leader. I think the 1st leader was like Defend. Defend barely gets on. He's got a lot of school. He's got a girlfriend. So I had to make a new leader in like a fucking month. And then it was Skid. Skid improved very well at the game, but then he had school, so he got off for a while. And some people have issues playing with Skid. Says he argues a lot. That's why I had to make all these rules. They're not for now, they're for next year though. This is just a prototype. This is just a team. I think there's like 22 people in the Fortnite team now. So then I made Rage Panda leader. I told him about the other mistakes of the other leaders did. Panda gets on. I don't really know if he's playing with everybody, but you know, he's on Fortnite. He does a good job. Subscribe to his channel. I think it's Rage Panda. No, it's MVP Panda, right? He does some great Fortnite clips. And yeah, so I appreciate you guys listening to this new division that's gonna start next year. Can't wait for it to get started, and that's about it. Probably gonna go eat some pizza and buy a Coke because I'm thirsty as fuck. I'll catch you guys later. I'll just do one more dance. Hey, G-Nana, fuck, I'm so tired. Alright, later.